up. Too many black folk dying. Too many black folk not trying. Stand up. It's time to start a revolution. Maybe we can find a resolution. Stand up. Black lives matter. Let's show the world what we can do together. Stand up. We've been down for too long. Now it's time to come together, stay strong. Stand up.
So happy Saturday, everyone. Good evening. I hope everyone is okay. My name is Tiffany Braxton, and I'm one of the co-founders of Black Women Stand Up. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us. We have a wonderful woman who we're going to be speaking to today. We're all about women empowerment, and today we're going to be speaking with Dr. Doris Bloom Higginbottom, and she is out of Houston, Texas. And the great thing, and what's wonderful, so wonderful about Ms. Higginbottom, she recently, at the age of 67, completed and got her PhD. She is a mother of 9. She has such a wonderful, amazing story. And I wanted to share it with you all. I wanted you to hear from her. I wanted and hear what she did, because she didn't let anything stop her. She defied all odds, and she made her dreams come true. She wanted to do something for her family. She did what she had to do. She was a teenage mother. And again, she defied all odds and went back to school, got her GED, went to college, and then went on and completed, like I said, so she finally received her PhD, and she did that at the age of 67. So that is definitely a wonderful accomplishment. And I wanted everyone to hear her story. I wanted you to meet her. I want you to talk to her. So she is here. She's on the line. We're just trying to get her into this seat so we can have this conversation, and you can talk and hear from her, ask her questions yourselves. Again, I thank you for your patience. This is our first blab. We've been on for some time. We've been looking on others and joining in other discussions, but this is our first one where we are bringing actually someone to you so you can meet them and hear from them. She's our first goddess spotlight, so it's really exciting. Oh,
hello. Hello, world.
You did it. Thank you guys for your patience. Now, Kim is actually not the person that I'm interviewing. I'm interviewing her beautiful, lovely mother. And her mother is her shero. And Kim is so proud of her, and she's right by her mom's side. And I'm going to be talking to her mom today. So you all will get to meet Dr. Doris Higginbottom. So without further ado, here she is. I introduce you to Miss Doris Higginbottom, PhD, Dr. Doris Higginbottom.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your patience. I mean, we had some trials here, haven't we?
Yes, and if Kimberly didn't know very much about this computer, we would not be together, because I do classes online with my students. But that's it.
I totally understand. I mean, listen, I was like, this interview is going to happen tonight. We're going to make it happen regardless. I mean, everyone, we were first on Google. We were doing a Google Hangout. It was just crazy. Technology got the best of us, and it was crazy. So I said, you know what? Look, I'm going to jump on Blab. And I gave her the information. I said, join me over here. Let's continue. Let's make this happen. We're not going to let anything stop us. And just like in life, you can't let anything stop you and hold you back. And that's what we did. We encountered a lot of difficulties. There was stuff like we were saying, is this going to happen? Right? We didn't think it was going to happen. We did, but we were confident that we were going to push through. Yes. And here we are. We're sitting here and we live. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm really excited. I mean, when I heard your story, I was totally just like, wow. You are now my new shero.
Oh, Miss Braxton.
Tiffany, please call me Tiffany.
Okay.
Dr. Higginbottom.
Thank you.
So let's start from this. Let's take it to the beginning. So here we go. You were a mom. You were pregnant. You had a child at what age was it?
16. I was married at 16, and our first son was a boy.
Did you hear that, everyone? Married at 16, had her first son at 16. So that's awesome. Okay, and so that was 16. Here you are, 16. You're married, child.
Yes, and still attended school, but it just appeared to be so difficult at that age. So I dropped out. I dropped out and decided, oh, it's just too hard. I thought
Were
that
you in the 11th grade or were you a senior at that time when you?
going to be a senior. Actually, I completed the 11th grade and was going to be a senior.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
so then what happened after that? Okay, so now here you are, you dropped out of school, your son is here.
Yes. And as I continued to go, I realized that I was pregnant again. I did not know much about contraceptive
Mm-hmm.
as a young woman. And of course, I it just seems to be overwhelming to me at that time. I had this young son, and then I was pregnant again. My mom said, "Well, what's up? What's wrong, baby?" And I said, "I just don't think I'm going to go back."
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it hurt her because she had every parent always have a dream for their child,
Of course.
and she said, "But you'll go back. You will finish."
Because that's what parents do.
Of course.
We know, like, my baby gonna do it. You gonna make it.
Yes,
So that's
yes, and of course
parents.
she dropped tears. We cried together. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we cried together, and my husband graduated, but I didn't, and I was trying to, but I just felt like it was too overwhelming. But at that point in my life, I didn't know what overwhelming was because
Wow.
I had not lived long enough yet.
Now, one question: was your husband like? Were you guys in the same high school? Were you like high school sweethearts at that time in the same school?
We were in the same school. Yes,
Uh huh.
we sure were. We were in the same school, little rural school, where in the 60s, of course.
Texas, right? Still Texas.
Yes, of course, yes. And you didn't get pregnant and stay in school. So that
Mm-hmm.
was pretty abnormal, so to speak. The principal called me in one day. I was uh, just kind of showing, and so with this is with the first baby, and he talked to me, but his wife, Mrs. Jones, oh, just lovely people. Mrs. Jones was my music teacher. I used to travel with her and go to sing in the leagues and all of this. Just wonderful, represented the school. But
So
maybe,
you have a beautiful voice too. You're a singer too, huh? Another talent.
oh yes,
Nice.
yes.
See, we didn't know about that talent. See, you're telling us something new. You're giving us some more info, huh?
I think I got that from my father. He was really a singer.
Awesome.
Yes, and I did a lot of singing. However, I didn't make good um, choices at that time because I should have just focused on school and not my high school sweetheart.
Uh, you, you can preach about that because how many of us could get all caught up in a boyfriend, Google eye, starry eye? I love him. But at least you married your sweetheart, your
Yeah,
high school sweetheart. At least you got married to him. So that's a
yeah,
great.
yes. All of my children are by that one man, of
Look at
course,
that.
one husband, and of course he later, in life, 15 years later, he was killed in a drunk driving accident.
And that's horrible. That was one part of the story that I like. That just tugged at my heart to hear that. Here you are. You have your high school sweetheart. You guys get married. You have
Mhm.
these beautiful children together. Your life is moving in a different direction, but you're together. You're making it work.
That's
You're
right.
moving forward. And then he was tragically taken from you by a drunk driver. I mean that's just horrific. I mean,
Yes, yes.
at what age were you at that time? Now when
Uh,
this was happening.
Actually, 30 at that time.
So you were
15 years.
30. Did you have all the children, or you were at what? How many
Um,
at
at
that time?
30, he passed away in April. In October, our ninth child was born.
Wow. So
Yes.
that had to be hard, of
It was
course.
very difficult, very difficult. But
Did you have a lot of family support?
yes, my mother and good friends, of course, in the church. I had a girlfriend. I had one sister. My sister was very close. She had only one child, so she couldn't quite understand this.
Uh-huh.
Why her sister had nine, but she didn't have any girls, and she actually is a designer,
Uh-huh.
and she would help me sew and my girls' clothing. And my maternity clothing, of course, when I was carrying the children, um, I had lots of support. I'm very grateful for that. I really am.
You definitely need a strong support system.
Oh, definitely. Yes. A good friend that had only 2 children. She's my best friend still today. She had only 2 children, and 2 boys. So she didn't have any girls. So she always wanted to be there to help, of course. And that's the kind of support systems we do need that. Even if you don't have 9 children, that's not something I'm advocating for all women to do, of course. Tiffany, but just in case women when they have children, married or no married, they need the support.
It's nothing like the support of your sister friend.
Yes.
I mean, and it's so important to have, people that you can just go to, that's there for you to talk, because even when you are a mother, sometimes, everything just focuses around being a mom. But we still need support. We still need to be able to go to someone to just be able to talk, just to, to talk to get away from looking at children all day, just to have someone in your corner that can relate to you, that's going to look at you and say, you know what, it's going to be all right. And I understand, that you can relate to. So, I mean, the importance of girlfriends.
Yes. And grown-up conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, really. Mm-hmm. Well, your sisters and your girlfriends were there. They were helping you. How many daughters did you have out of the 9?
4 daughters and 5 sons. 4 daughters birth, 5 sons birth. Wow. But of course, later.
So you see, they have the little hands down there where people can tap on it and give us a little love and give us a little. So guys that's listening and, tap on those hands and give us a little, applause, and let mama know that you're hearing her and you appreciate her and that, you're here with us. So let us show us some love. Give us some love.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys. Keep them coming. Thank you, because this is a great story. And I'm just happy to be here today speaking. Today we're here talking with Dr. Doris Higginbottom. And she is a mother of 9. She received her PhD in 2014. And what did you receive your PhD in? Would you let everyone know?
Educational leadership.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, I even Tiffany, as a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I knew that. My brother always say this. He's younger than I am. He actually said at a party after I graduated with my PhD, he said a few words, and he said, she always wanted to be in charge. She always wanted to lead everything. And we laughed about it.
Because, we have those traits when we're younger. That's how we know what our gifts are and what we like to do. We always have to go back to what it is that we loved when we were younger. It shows you who you are and what types of gifts and talents that you have, because it's in us. It shows up,
Yes. As a girl, what I used to do is we were not affluent, but we used what we had to play with. And what I would do is, and this has been years and years ago, I would cut out paper dolls from Sears and Roebuck, and I would construct. So I knew,
crazy, but we're still here.
Yes.
No, but I'm sorry.
I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. I knew that I wanted to teach children. But of course, I've chosen, I love this. I love teaching young adults, not the young kids, because I raised enough.
College level, correct?
Yes. University, 4-year university.
Look at that. Now, you see what I'm saying? Like, people, I just need to stop for a second. Do not let your past can't determine where you're going to end up in the future. If you have a dream, you just hold fast to those dreams and you do what you need. Sometimes we take detours and things happen in our life, but that doesn't mean that you don't ever give up on your dream. Because look, we're sitting here today, we're talking to Dr. Doris Higginbottom, mother of 9. She had her first child at 16, was married at 16, suffered some loss. She lost the love of her life. 15 years later, they were married for 15 years, and she lost the love of her life in a tragic accident. And then She raised her kids. She kept pushing. She didn't let that stop her, you know, and then thank God with the support system that she had, she was able to continue to move forward in her life. But it just goes to show you, you hold on to your dreams and you put some action towards it and you move forward in life and you keep fighting and pushing forward no matter what. Don't give up.
Yes, I knew I needed to do something to make sure my children were safe, make sure my children were cared for very well. And my thoughts at that time was educate yourself, of course, so that your children can follow your steps. All of my children has attended college at one point. All of them.
Woo! Give us some hands for that, guys, because that's amazing. 9 kids and they all attended college at some point. We love hearing that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
So let me let you finish on with your story. So here you are. You said you knew that what you wanted to do. You knew you were gonna continue no matter what. You wanted to set a foundation for your children, and you knew that you were going to be able to do that through educating yourself, and that's what you did.
Yes.
So when you dropped out, what age did you go? Did you go back to high school, or did you get your GED?
I actually completed my GED at about 33, around that age, about 33. And
you are so inspiring.
After my husband had passed away, and I just knew I worked in the home before that he passed away, and he worked out. And he took care of the family that way, and I took care of the family in the home. We were Christian people, and I still am. We were Christian people, and we believed in doing things as close to the word as possible. And I had no problem with that, and I don't have any problem with people knowing that that was a big part of my strength, because very few people can go through a traumatic experience like that without being bitter. And I can say today that I am not bitter. I believe that we have to forgive people in order for us to feel good and function as well. So I did. Go ahead.
No, I want to just take it back, because you said like you were able to forgive.
Yeah.
And just from knowing a little bit of, your history and talking with you and your daughter, the person that was responsible for the tragic, death of your husband at that time, he never did jail time.
He did not. He did not do jail time. Actually, there were 3 people killed in the car, including my husband, and 1 person left alive. And this young man received 5 years prorated probation adjudicated.
Why do you think that happened?
And what did you say?
Why do you think that he didn't receive any time? Because he was a drunk driver, right?
That's right. Well, back in the 70s, we were just coming out of the 60s. And I'm just going to tell you, we still had a lot of unfair treatment with the laws. And according to, it had something to do with the color of your skin. I believe we only have there's only one race, and that's the human race.
That's right.
That's my philosophy. We have one race, and that's the human race. People try to divide us by races, but I believe that we are people and human being, the human race. Well, people look at color, and of course the law is written to where it's supposed to be fair for everyone, but it wasn't. Actually, my husband was African American, and when the trial came, this is almost unbelievable, but it's true. They did not try this drunk driver for killing the person that was driving the car. They jumped over my husband because he was African American, and there was a Hispanic gentleman riding as well, and of course he was lighter in color. And they tried him for killing him instead of my husband.
Well, why not everyone? I mean, I get it. Everything we can say why until we blow in the face. I mean, it's happening today, and you're saying this was in the 70s, and so fast forward to today, and we see what's going on.
Oh yeah, 1977.
And we say why, and we keep why, because it keeps happening. So we can say why forever, but we know what it really is.
That's
And
right.
I'm fortunate that it's like that.
That's so true. But we cannot let that stop us and stop the progress of our children for generations.
So, exactly. Imagine if you would have held on to that and didn't forgive and was bitter, like you just said, it would have stopped your progress.
And
you wouldn't have been able to move forward. You would have been no good for your children. You wouldn't have been able to show them an example. So you were able to show them how important forgiveness is, because that's what helped. My co-founder that's here, she's here typing in. She said, like, that played a huge role in your success, being able to let that go. You didn't let bitterness or anything get the best and stop you from having the future that you desired and that you saw for yourself and for your family. So again, I just want to say thank you for doing that. Thank you for pushing forward. Thank you for being strong. I mean, that's amazing strength.
yes, I'm so grateful that we can give forgiveness, because if I would have held him, I would be right back there where he is. When we don't forgive, we are right where the person that have offended us are. And guess what? I didn't want to be there. I didn't want any part of that. I wanted the forgiveness to take place. Not that I'm stupid and I don't know that somebody's hurt me, has wronged me, but I choose to forgive. I choose to forgive. That's a choice. Each person has a choice to forgive or not to forgive. But forgiveness frees us spiritually, emotionally, physically. But when we hold people, it's the rotting of the bone.
Isn't it?
It's the rotting in our spirit.
Right.
So I didn't want any parts of that. And I didn't want my children to suffer that either. And Kimberly, my one of my latest graduates, just finished with her master's this December.
Congratulations, Kimberly. Kimberly, in the camera so everyone can see.
I want everybody to see my Kimberly.
And I know this is all about Mama, but while we talking about while we have the daughter right here, bring that face back in here, Kim. She is a designer. Kim is a designer, right? You're also a designer. She makes some fabulous. I've seen some of your skirts, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to have another interview with you, Missy, so we can talk about you. You can show off those beautiful creative designs that you are doing and creating. And so we will definitely take time to do that another time. We'll set that up. I'm looking forward.
Absolutely.
And you
are the reason that we're here today. So thank you, Kim. Thank you to an amazing daughter. You have a wonderful, beautiful daughter, Mom, and she takes after you.
Oh, she's such a blessing. She really is. Kimberly is. She is the third daughter.
Wow.
Acts like the oldest daughter. They always tell her she tries to rule, but I understand.
It's okay, Kim. It's okay. It's okay.
She tries to rule.
Right.
It's okay.
I didn't realize that when I was carrying Kimberly, I had a designer in my womb. But as they unfold and grow, you see so many wonderful, wonderful talents that came through you.
Did you see those traits when she was growing up, like that she liked to create, and that did you see it in her?
She's very creative, always have been, and people misunderstand her because she's creative. Yes, very creative.
But that's how it is. Yeah, the creative types. That's they consider us.
Yes. She participated in writing drama, writing small plays, singing. Kimberly is very instrumental in singing. Yes, and of course a designer. She's an excellent mother, and I won't keep going on, but I just wanted to say that. Yes, I can see
sharing that because, again, like I said, she's the reason that we are here. You are her shero, and she tweeted about you, and again, thank God for social media, because now we're here together. When I heard the story, I said I have to meet this amazing woman. I definitely have to interview her. I want people to hear her story, because I knew that you would be such an inspiration and to other women, not only women, to men too. But of course, we are Black Women Stands Up, and we're about women empowerment. But empowering women also helps empower the men. So we're not just all about the women. We love the men too. We love our kings. That's right. We love our kings. Gotta give it up to the kings. And we all about standing up for love. And you will hear it, everyone, because Mama Found love again. Now we're going to talk about that. So let's go there. Okay, so now, unfortunately, you know, the drunk driver who was responsible for the tragic passing of her first husband, he wasn't charged. He got off, right? You said probation or something?
Probation, adjudicated to where once he completed the 5 years probation, it would not show on his record.
Wow. Some people, you know, they just have privilege, huh?
Of course they do, but one thing I do know this: if it's good, we receive it again. If it's not good, we receive it again. So, you know, I'm sure that has not been something that has been easy for him to shake, because we are human beings.
That's right. You got to live with that for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Yeah. My co-founder, who's Alex, she had a question. She said, the ladies are fabulous. How did Dr. Higginbottom
That's right.
in the bond her daughter has? So I guess she's trying to say, like, what did you do to foster the bond that you have with your daughter? And I'm assuming all of your children.
I do have a bond with all of my children. You know, I must say this, Kimberly, you know, I told you now earlier, sometimes people misunderstood her, including mommy, because she was such an artist type person. And she always spoke back, you know, she thought she should have something to say. And then, of course, you know, when she was younger, we were in the 70s. And in the 70s, children didn't talk back to their parents. Now, I don't know if people understood that, but
no way.
But Kimberly did. She always did. She always had something to say. And sometimes we'd have friction, but somehow down through the years, Kimberly has become one of my closest daughters to me. She is the way I should answer the question. The way we foster that relationship, lots of prayer and respect. She moved out at the age of 18.
Okay.
But I did not turn. But I never took my hand off of her.
Right.
I always wanted to make sure she was successful, and she would say, "Oh, well, I'm not ready to go to college right now." She graduated from high school, but I always supported her. Even with the second husband, he's like dad, really dad, to her and to the children, all 9, all of them.
That's right.
But we've always been very close to Kimberly, and Kimberly is closer to me than the other daughters. Now they get a little jealous, but that's okay.
That happens. They'll be okay though. They'll be okay.
She and I, we pray together. Yes. We've gone through some things. Kimberly has gone through some health challenge, and I brought her in the home with me to care for her, to bring her back to her optimum health.
Bless you.
Maybe that will answer. We just grew closer spiritually, mother and daughter, friend, sister, so to speak. And so Kimberly is closest. She's very close to me.
Wonderful. So now we're going to take it back. So you said you went and you got your GED. You were what age were you again when you went to take your GED and passed the GED?
About 33, I believe. 33, somewhere in my early 30s, because he passed away at 30, and of course the baby was. Well, I think he was about 30. It wasn't long after he passed away that I realized that I needed to complete what I had begun. And I did that. Actually, it was a professor from the first university that I attended was teaching evening classes. And he said, "It's time for you to take the GED." And I said, "I'm not ready." He said, "Oh, yes, ma'am, don't come back to the class. I want you to take the class. I want you to take the test." I took the test, passed the test with flying colors. Passed the test, and then he said, "Now it's time for you to go to college." And I said,
"Oh my God." When you said that, what did you say?
And I said, "Oh no, I'm not ready. I don't know enough." And he pulled me to the side. He said, "Well, let me talk with you. Miss Bloom. That's what he called me then, of course. Miss Bloom.
Uh-huh.
Miss Bloom, you don't have to know enough. They're going to teach you. They're going to help you. But you must not be afraid. And I think that was the whole thing. I was afraid. And I want to say this to anybody that hopefully that I might be able to help. Fear is nothing but fear to stop you. When I did make the decision to do this, there was no stopping. I've been able to go from one level to the next. No, it wasn't easy, but nothing is if it's worthwhile. So
to say that one more time, it wasn't easy because people
not easy. No,
they see the first slightest bit of trouble or any type of problem and they just stop. I mean, sometimes to this day, I have to be honest, fear tries to creep on in.
Of course. That's what fear is for. Fear is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, to stop us in our track.
I mean, like literally, it can really just like keep you like at a standstill.
Yeah.
And nothing that we're actually, it's like it's nothing. It's like they say, false evidence appearing real.
Yes.
You know, some people are just worrying about what people are going to think, what are people going to say.
They're going to say something whether you do well or not.
There you go. Say that one more time.
Whether you do well or not. So, hey, go for your dreams. Do what you know you were put here to do. We all have, there's a plan for each one of our lives. And I can't fulfill your plan. You can't fulfill my plan. I can't fulfill my children's plan. But I can unction them, push them, try to help them be motivated to go for it. But we have to have that desire within ourselves. I can do this. And of course, when times get rough, it's so important to have the support group. And they'll tell you, you say, well, I don't think I want to go anymore. I can't do it anymore. And of course, my husband has been here and he said, but I know you can.
Yes.
You just need a break. Let's just have a weekend away. You just need a break. And even as I completed, I went to a junior college, completed that, received the presidential scholarship to go to Texas A&M, one of the most prestigious colleges, universities in the state of Texas, in the world, because people come from everywhere. Texas A&M, completed that, and started working, of course, here at the university where I am, part of the A&M system, and I completed my master's. My husband said, "Is there anything else you want to do?" And I said, "Yes, I do. I want to finish. I want to complete. I want to finish and become a PhD." He said, "Okay,
I love it.
I'll help you. I will support you." And I worked the whole time.
Yes, you did.
And my husband worked
full time. So you were working full time, going to school full time,
of course, and teaching.
Teaching. Amazing.
Of course.
Amazing. So when people are like, I can't do it, I'm dealing with too much, there is no excuse. If you do it with 9 children,
of course,
working full time, teaching and taking care of your husband,
of course,
and the home, of course, because
of course,
no one can make any. There's no excuses. Just you have to just push past and do it.
That's so true, because we all get the same amount of time. This is what I've learned over the years, and I'm cognizant of this, that you get 24 hours, I get 24 hours. But it's what we do with the hours. I can choose to do something worthwhile. They say, well, you going to school, you are so much older. You're going to get older too. What are you going to do with your time? You have 8 hours in a day to work, or 12, 20. You got 24 hours to do whatever you're going to do. So whatever you choose to do, guess what? It can be successful, or you can just watch TV. This is something I realized years ago. Watching TV and stories on the TV only stop you in your tracks.
Thank you. Ouch, because you're speaking to me. Okay. And I'm just gonna keep it real and be transparent. I mean, like, I'm doing things and I'm about my business, but that TV, I can't even front. I do still watch The Young and the Restless, knowing I don't need to be watching.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I had to just throw that out there. Okay.
Oh, that's older than some of my children.
She wouldn't let us watch TV.
Oh, you know, my daughter's on the other side. She said, I didn't allow them to watch TV. At a point in their lives, I didn't. They could listen to classical music and they had to read. And I just wanted them to not be a part of the statistics. I did not want my children to be part of the statistic.
So you let them watch no TV.
They did for a point in time. They did not watch TV. No TV. They had to read books, and we went to Bible study. We actually took trips to Washington D.C. and places like that. They have traveled.
How did you deal with that? Were they like resistant? Like, Mom, I want to see TV. I want to see the award show. Like, or they like instill something in them and they don't miss it. Like, so how did they deal with that?
Only the younger ones, only the very younger ones, they didn't see TV anyway. But the older ones, of course, before I made that decision, they knew what a TV was. And we had a TV in the home. And I said, no, we're going to do differently. And of course they were resistant, but that's okay. Mom trumped. What Mom say Trump then.
That's right.
But I didn't want to just push it down their throat. So what I would do is explain, and this is what I've learned in parenting. It's important to talk with your children, communicate with your children, to let them know why you're doing what you're doing. Yeah. And of course, eventually they will see and support it. I only had one son to attend prison. You see how I said that?
Attend prison.
Attend prison. He thought that the rules were not for him.
Okay.
But shall I say this? He's an excellent man now.
God bless him.
He said the only thing he could realize is he had all those things that he had been taught down through the years to reach back for when he was in prison. And that's what gave him the solace that he needed. And now he is traveling all over the country, making an excellent living for his family.
Beautiful.
So and college, he was a college kid too.
But he could have went to prison and followed those who were there doing nothing, getting involved with gangs and doing the wrong thing. So some people go to prison and they learn nothing. They're not reformed. They get worse.
Oh yes.
Around the element that's there.
Yes. Yes. I would always tell him,
your son, but that's based on what you instilled in him. Like he had what you put in him and the things that you taught him to look back on and to say, you know what? And he used that as his strength. In order for him to just like not let his circumstances, overcome him and become that. So I commend you for that and thank you for that, because basically it still goes back to your teaching and what you instilled in him as a parent and how he grew up. Again, we make mistakes. We're human. It happens.
That is so true. We make the wrong decision, but we do not have to live that the rest of our lives. That's so important for each of us. We do make mistakes. We do make the wrong decisions in life.
Right.
But that's not who we are. That's what we may have chosen to do at that time, but that's not who we
really are. Not who we are.
And we don't. And for that reason, there's no reason for us to look down our nose at anyone.
Right.
We need to lift and give a uplift, a hand up, a foot up to each person that we come in contact with, because they have the greatness in them.
We all do. Yeah.
Yes, we have to help bring bring the greatness out.
And sometimes that's all people are looking for, someone to believe in them. Yes, you still have to believe in yourself, and it's up to you. But that having that support is so important. Someone that's saying you can do it. You got this. You can make something out yourself. This doesn't have to be the end all to be all. You can have more. You can do more. You can be more. Sometimes you just need to have someone in your corner. And a lot of times people don't get to do or live the lives that they truly want to live or become their best selves because they just feel they don't have anyone that's pushing them or that's saying, you can do this. We have that open seat. Do our co-founder want to jump in this open seat so she can actually be on the line with us? Alex, let us know. The seat is yours. Jump in. It's there. It's there for you. I know you're on the line, so jump in so everyone can meet you and see you. I know you behind the scenes.
Hey, Tiffany, can I say something
of course.
to you?
If you want, okay, you with mom, so I was gonna say you can jump in the seat, but you can't go together.
One thing that I think is so beautiful about my mom is she mentioned as she speak about her life and the things that she had gone through. But one time she expressed it and she said, Kim, I finally righted a wrong decision. Mm-hmm. I finally completed something, a choice that I made at 16. When she walked the stage with her PhD, she said, daughter, it's done. I have finally righted a wrong decision. And I think I know that's one of the things that I love about my mom and that's what I've learned from her, that no matter what you do, Kim, if you choose wrong, you can always right it.
You can always
we pray it doesn't take your life. You understand? Right. If you leave beyond it, you can right that thing.
Every day that we wake up, we are given a second chance.
A new beginning.
Tomorrow means nothing. The present ain't. It's the present is what it's about. The present time. Now.
Boom, right there. That's right. Yes.
The present time. Really.
Stand up. Too many black folk dying. Too many black folk not trying. Stand up. It's time to start a revolution. Maybe we can find a resolution. Stand up. Black lives matter. Let's show the world what we can do together. Stand up. We've been down for too long. Now it's time to come together. Stay strong.
Thank you for tuning into BlackWomenStandUp.com's Goddess Spotlight. That was our first part interview with Dr. Doris Higginbottom. That was episode 1. You can catch us on Friday, January 15th for part 2.